Good afternoon, class. Today we'll be covering Chapter 10, Managing Workplace Conflict. Oh, what exactly is a conflict? I'm sure everyone in this classroom has experienced some sort of conflict in their life, whether personal or professional. Conflict, defined by the text, is a process in which one party perceives that his or her interests are being opposed or negatively affected by another party. Oftentimes, when we think of conflict, we immediately associate it with the negative consequences that may come as a result. However, all conflict is not bad, and there are some positive consequences that may come out of a conflict. We asked one of our interviewees, Brandon Williams, current marketing coordinator for the FAMU Athletics Department, to name a time where a positive outcome came as a result of a workplace conflict. He described to us a time where he was actually the resident coordinator of an apartment complex. He had an idea to host a karaoke night for the residents of the apartment complex. However, his colleagues wanted to host a casino night instead. There was a heated debate about which option to go with. However, they decided to actually ask the residents which option to choose. In the end, they actually ended up merging the two ideas and having a karaoke night with intermission acts that were actually casino games and songs, and also had casino drinks throughout the night. During a constructive conflict, all discussion is centered around the issue. Individuals are able to share their point of view respectively, and they may even re-examine their point of view after they listen to others' perspectives. Relationship conflict, also known as socio-emotional conflict, is a personality clash between two individuals. In this type of conflict, the conflict is actually centered around the characteristics of the individuals involved rather than the issue itself. We asked our interviewee, Jacqueline Vesey, Contract Office Representative at the U.S. Department of State, to name an instance where she dealt with relationship conflict. She spoke to a time where she was dealing with a conflict with her supervisor. She handled the situation by requesting a meeting and writing down her concerns before she entered the meeting. She addressed her supervisor professionally as well as methodically. She wrote down her concerns, she said, so she would not get off topic from the issue.
Structural sources of conflicts in organizations. 1. Incompatible goals. Goal incompatibility occurs when the goal of one person or department seem to interfere with another person or department goals. For an example, the production department strives to cost efficiency by scheduling long production runs, whereas the sales team emphasizes customer service by delivering the client's product as quickly as possible. 2. Differentiation. Differentiation is another source of conflict, which is the difference among people in work units regarding their training, values, beliefs, and experiences. Two people or departments may agree on a common goal. 3. Interdependence. Conflict tends to increase with the level of task. Interdependence refers to the extent to which employees must share materials, information, or expertise to perform their jobs. 4. Scarce resources. Resource scarcity generates conflict because of each person or unit requiring the same resource necessarily undermines others who also need the resource to fulfill their goals. 5. Ambiguous rules. Ambiguous rules or the complete lack of rules breed conflict. This occurs because uncertainty increases the risk that one party tends to interfere with the other party goals. And last, communication problems. Communication problem conflicts often occurs due to the lack of opportunity, ability, or motivation to communicate effectively.
Ways to handle conflict are called interpersonal conflict handling styles. There are 5 categories, which are problem solving, avoiding, forcing, yielding, and compromise. Problem solving finds a mutually beneficial solution to a disagreement, which is also known as a win-win orientation. Avoiding, parties try to smooth over or avoid conflict situations altogether. Avoiders don't think about the conflict. Forcing is when parties try to win the conflict at the other's expense, which is also known as a win-lose orientation. Yielding is when one gives into the other's completely, agreeing to whatever the other party says. Compromising is when parties use a give and take kind of approach. They try and find a happy medium between the interests of both parties.
For one of our interviews, we interviewed Letitia Vicks of Miami, Florida, worker at the Edison Adult Daycare Center. During the question when asked to describe a time she had to compromise during a workplace conflict, she stated that one particular day there were 2 field trips going on. A client was not capable of walking long distances but wanted to attend. So I and another coworker agreed to let the client attend one of the field trips, and if she can handle the walking, she would be allowed to attend the other field trip later on that day.